me just test this is working. Test, 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 test. Um, I might need to turn my mic up and the cards down again, if I recall. Right. Let's get the chat up. And kind of keep an eye on the other ones at the same time. I'm just going to pull up my YouTube on the laptop so that I can keep an eye on the chat.
Okay, there are 10 kilos of fuel left. 10 kilos of fuel.
What the fuck is he saying about fucking kilos of fuel, the idiot? Right. Ba 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 ba. Evening, Muzzer. I'm just pulling up my stream on my laptop quick. There we go. Cool. Right now I can see the chat. I've got Wiggies up. I'm gonna have the football on in the background. I won't spoil anything unless people want updates, in which case I can tell you. I don't mind. Now I've got 19 people in. Hi, HL. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I'm just trying to get the football up quickly. Who have we got? We got 19. I think we were meant to have 19, right? If I didn't disconnect last week, my elo would have been so much better. HL, I had you touted as somebody who was going to do really well this season because I've seen you racing pre-season and you were very quick. So I'm expecting big things, but we'll see how you get on. Things like elo will even out. You know, people will have bad races, people have good races, but you'll see who's good and who's not quickly after a couple of races. Why does that dude Jack want to message me? What do you want? This ain't a great track for me. I've not raced it on this game yet. I used to love it on the old game, but HL, you're on spectator. Make sure you take that off. But I used to love this on the old game. The reason that this track is good is because it's basically a two-stop, forced. I think nearly. I think you may be able to one-stop, but it's probably much slower. So you can message people on YouTube now. Yeah, apparently. So who's G2 favourites? I get it's good. Imri's back after a personal issue which stopped him from racing, but apparently he's done 100 hours since said personal issue. So maybe not as much of a personal issue as it first appeared. So he's back. We'll see if he's back permanently or just for his cameo one race that he does per season. I'd expect the poll to be between Lemons, Imri, and Pirate Danny. Oh, hi, Imri. I was just saying, I don't know if you're back for your one cameo race a season or if you're actually back now. We'll find out. I said it'll be either you, Lemons, or Pirate Danny on poll, I'd expect. Hi, Danny. G2 poll, I'd probably say Pigeon's been very quick in recent races for G2. Muzzer, if he managed to get in, was ridiculously quick last week as well. And maybe HL is an outside shout, but qualifying's never really his strong suit. Do you guys that are watching want the football updates, or do you not want the football updates? Because I'm going to be watching it. Going to reserve for a bit, I think, and see if I'm available enough. Yeah, no worries, mate. Pigeon wants updates. You can get football updates. Yeah, sure. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I've got it on. I've got it on next to me, so I'll update you as we go, guys. Also, hi, love you. Love you too, Pidge. I've also got Champs comms on next to me as well, so if you want to know how anybody's getting on in that, sort of poll times and stuff, I can let you know. Who are we missing today? So we're missing Jay Tyler. Who else bailed? Love late bails. Big fan. Wiggy has doxed my full name. It's alright, Mr. Sanford. I'd never do that. Don't think I'll dab it today. Backing Coex as home hero. Well, yeah, he is Dutch, isn't he? Coex was way quicker last week than he was previous. I think. Let's see. By the way, guys, you'll have to let me know how the game volume is compared to mine. I don't do comms an awful lot, so. There's an Alpine coming out the box. I assume that's Jack, because he's the only Alpine. It's his stream title. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, let's get on board with Jack. Yeah. Hi, Cookie. Yeah, let me know how the stream volume is compared to the cars. If the cars are too loud, let me know. I'll sort it out. So this track's a little bit tricky in terms of mid-speed aero. You still can't use custom binds. Cookie, you've had no end of fucking technical dramas recently, mate. I really hope you get it sorted soon. It must be stressful for you. I wish I could help a little bit more. But yeah, if you do need help, just DM me. I'll find time, mate. So, yeah, I think Jack's going to be the first one to do a lap here. I haven't seen at all the pole times, so I have absolutely no idea what to expect. I know Danny and Lemons were talking about high nines, so maybe that'll be a factor. I don't think there'll be an awful lot of Lyco going on here because of the nature of the track, but we'll see how people get on. As you can see, Jack basically taking Sector 1 like F125, and he's got very good battery still. I imagine you'll use a lot down here. I don't have the corners actually, let me grab them. So I'd expect the first times for G1 to maybe be in the 10s. Whoever this is, please don't impede him. Oh, he's got out of the way, thank God. Can I get a better picture of this? Thank God they fixed the yellow flag thing, because that was so annoying in pre-season. Okay, I've got the track map, that's fine. Cool, so Jack going to be the first to set a time here. I reckon around a 110? 110.5 from what they were saying? 110.5? Oh, that's not a bad guess. Cool. Woohoo, I'm P1, says Mooney. No you're not. Not anymore, sir. So, yeah, maybe pole to be expected for G2 in the high 10s? High to mid 10s? There's a car here going very slow on the right hand side. It's done well to get out of the way. Who else have we got on the lap? Imri probably going to set a 9 here? No, 123. Oh, he's doing a double out lap. Okay. Let's see how much time Imri's put into the game, shall we? Will he be at his very quick best, or is he going to be a little bit off? Apparently he's been putting lots and lots of hours in since his personal issues he's had, so let's see if he's up to speed. Bailey now G2 P1 with a 10.5, that's very representative, very quick. maybe Mercedes not having it all their way this week like they did in Bahrain. Still 0-0 in the football, guys. All France at the moment though. A 9-9 from Danny sets the benchmark for the top guys. I'd expect there only to be really 3 guys really at the top, and that'll be Lemons, Danny, and Imri. Let's see if Imri can challenge that 9-9 that Danny's put in. He might even get a little toe here on the back straight. Oh no, he's given up his lot. Oh no, he's not. He just went very narrow. 9.972, 0.001 between Danny and Imri. Imri's pace is definitely back. So, Lemon's not doing a lap just yet. We've got Coix here, who did very well in G2 last week in Bahrain. Let's see if he can continue that on his home track. Pole in champs at the moment is a 10.7, guys. That is Gandalf. So 10.8 for Coix, 5.6, aka a 2.3 for Mercedes so far. Looking representative again, the Mercedes team. Looking like they are a force to be reckoned with here. We've got Mooney on a hot lap. Has struggled quite a lot with the new game, I think it's fair to say, so far. Not quite sure what sort of aspects it is he's struggling with, but a lot of understeer there through the corner. Has he got the realistic Audi on? It looks like he needs a few more clicks of front end for a bit more turn in there on the cell, maybe. Completely out of battery, not the best battery usage there from Mooney, and he goes P4 in G2, P7 overall. Definitely a couple of tenths to be made there on the back straight where he messed up the battery a little bit. And we see the I'm not quick here Muzzer go into P3 overall, P1 G2. We have a Spain free kick on the very edge of the box, literally 18 yards out. Could be a good chance for them. Have we got anybody else on a lap yet? We got Cookie on a lap. Let's see how Cookie gets on. Just good to see Cookie actually being able to stay in a lobby, touchwood, for a little bit today. Damon Hill now on provisional Poland champs, 10.5, that's quick. As Danny sets a 9.7. Definitely very much setting the pace there. Lemon's going for, it looks like only going for 2 runs, so deciding to save his tyres on this occasion. Softs might be useful here, I guess, towards the end. That free kick is literally right on the edge of the box. Could not be closer. Cookie not looking super comfortable here. Still getting to grips with the wheel. It'll be more about him getting laps in today than actually being competitive, and the lap time sort of shows that. But, you know, he's getting the laps in. That's what's important. Gandalf retakes pole off Damon Hill, 3/10 clear of the next car at the moment. GCL Maxi, new driver to the lead, German guy, part of the Williams duo with Luckcheck. Let's see how he gets on. So he needs about a 10.4 for pole at the moment, about a 10.7, 10.8 to be competitive. Free kick didn't come to anything for Spain, by the way. He's taken the narrow line. And that is P2 in G2 for Maxi. That is a solid lap there, 10.577. Really not a lot splitting people at the moment, as you would sort of expect on this track. Next up, Obolf Haas pairing with LRS Carl. Was a maybe to race today, but managed to get in. I presume this was a hot lap, but it doesn't look very hot lappy to me, so I'd imagine he's abandoned this one. Partic, another driver who struggled a bit on this game. How's he getting on? 76% battery left out the final corner. I can only assume he's bailed and going again. But he's still not using any battery. Why did Partic just do a 1:13.9? That's very unusual. He just didn't use any battery at all. Obolf now actually going for it. We'll stick on board with him. tight into turn 1. You want to go wide on the exit here. Through 2, you want to keep a narrow line as close as you can, and nice and narrow into 3 also. Deploy the battery down 4, 5, 6. This is actually corners, hard to believe. And then the ever tricky, used to be flat, turn 7. It's a little bit trickier now. And let's see how he gets through 9 here. Hopefully this car gets out of the way nicely for him. There is a Mercedes potentially going to be blocking him. Has got out of the way nicely. Obolf has left his first run a little bit late, so this needs to be a comfortable banker as we've got a V-carb sat in the way there. I imagine that's Cookie. Ooh, a little bit of lock on the brake there. It looks, as we see, coming through the final few corners now. How is Obolf going to stack up compared to his competition? Only a 10.9 from Pigeon, that's very surprising. Expected him to be a bit quicker here. 10.6 for Obolf there, that puts him into P4 at the moment for the Haasman. Now, what was the main man before, and Danny has sort of usurped him at the moment. Can Lemons get himself back up there competitive with Danny and Imri? Needs a 0.9 to get P2, 0.7 for P1 at the moment. What has he got in the bank? This looks slow. This looks like he's made a mistake here. 9.8. Okay, so a 10th off Danny with 1 more run to go. Imri is half a 10th up, but has he saved battery for the final run? Less than half a 10th in the top 4 in champs at the moment. Imri improves, but not enough. Just a 100th off of Lemons, as the gargantuan gap to P4 remains. Merciless is up, the guy who's not quick here, looking like he might be on pole. Yes, Muzzer, I'm going to keep running that in. He's going to be happy saying I was 4/10 up before the spin, but that doesn't move me up a place. Yeah, Muzzer 10.4 still. Partick! He's finally found some pace! A 10.4 for Partick puts him into P4. Good job, Partick. Still like 50% battery left. I don't know what you're doing with that, mate. If you can hear me, start using some fucking battery, mate. Right. Who have we got next on a lap? Maxi on the lap. Let's have a look. So Maxi needs a 10.5 per pole. A G2 at the moment. Currently sitting on the front row. He's half a 10th down through sector 1. Needs to find something through the middle and final sectors here if he's going to be improving. It was a pretty solid lap for him before though. He's got lots of traffic sort of semi in the way here. And that Williams, his teammate there, not getting out of the way very well, look check. I don't know if that's impeded him much, but it didn't look very pretty on the camera here. He's now a 10.5 up though. He's found the time with a little wheel flick there. 10.5. He is on pace to put himself in provisional pole at the moment, as long as he can hook up this final sector. Very wheel flicking approach from Maxi, which you have not seen on 26 from many drivers yet, although he looks to have used his battery too early here. Yeah, it doesn't improve very much just because of the battery usage in the middle sector there. Who have we got next? So Bailey just starting a lap. So Bailey, another driver who needs a 10.5 for provisional pole in G2. Lots of people on unusual rotations of laps here. There's lots of people on laps with 5 minutes to go, which suggests they won't get another lap in. So Bailey, another one who's a 10th down in sector 1, needs to find some time in sector 2 and 3. That is a very big cut and risky through turn 8. Has he managed to find the time in sector 2? Needs about 10.5, and he is still half a 10th down, and he's cut the chicane, and that is the lap over for him. That dude Jack goes P4, snatches it from Partick. Partick now a 10th down. Muzzer trying to desperately get in the pits to get another lap in. Is anybody on a lap? Coix is on a lap. He's coming around the final 2 corners here. He has invalidated though. It's going to be touch and go for him. As Pigeon looking to... No, he's getting in the pits as well. Is anybody actually on a lap? No, everyone's going in the pits. Oh, it's Danny. Danny's on a lap. Okay. So, Danny, currently our provisional pole sitter. This is going to be his final run. There's no way he gets another run in. He's decided to go very early to avoid the traffic. Let's see if it pays off for him. Absolutely flat through turn 7. It is still possible in these cars. How much does he cut through 8? Perfectly. Just to cut enough to turn and rotate the car, but not enough to unsettle it. As he makes his way through the tricky middle sector here. A small mistake there, and I think he's abandoned. I think that has caused him to abandon. As now Imri, the pretender to the throne here, looks to usurp Danny, and has he abandoned this lap? Yeah, I think Imri's abandoned his lap is going to go again as well. Is anybody on a hot lap now? A couple of people abandoned. Yeah, it looks like... What's Danny doing here? He's going to do another outlap, which means that the next person on a hot lap is going to be Cookie. Come on, Cookie! Not P19! You can do it! Muzzer, I'm just winding you up, don't worry. It's very close in champs for pole. Lots of cars right in the mix. Cookie, you're being very aggressive with the steering, mate. You need to be a bit smoother, I think. It's not as much about being aggressive on this game with the turn-in. I think from what I'm seeing, that's probably what's losing you time here. So, as he comes through turn 7, turn 8, how aggressive is he with the curb? Not crazily, not super confident here, as you can see, but it looks reasonably smooth now. He's got a bit more smooth with the inputs. Went a little bit wide through 10. Has he made any time here? Benzilla's left the session, unfortunately. 7/10 up for Cookie. A much smoother middle sector. Has gone a little bit wide there through 12. You can see the clean inclinations of Cookie's pace from time to time. He just needs to hook it all up. Hopefully he's left himself enough battery to get a lap together here. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 10. It's a 10.7. I think Cookie will be reasonably happy with that. He's got a lap together. So, let me just see if I can get Benzilla back in, guys. Sorry, I know this is the end of qualifying. I should be focusing on the lap, but I need to get Benzilla back in. He's completely offline. I can't invite him. Okay, cool. So let's have a look. Who's crossing the line first out of these three? We're going to focus on the pole battle here. So it's going to be Danny followed by Imri followed by Lemons. Who is going to take pole? As it looks like Damon Hill takes pole in champs. He is really improving at the moment. 10.492. That is quick. Danny half a tenth down at the moment. Is his pole time that is currently set going to be enough? Can he improve here? Has he left himself enough battery to improve on his lap? He's ran out just before the line. Is it enough? Is he going to improve? No, he's not. Is Imri up? Is Imri going to come back, drop his one reserve race in a season, get pole and then fuck off? Let's see. Is it enough for Imri? Does Imri take pole? No, he does go P2 though. Has Lemons improved? Lemons has not improved. Only P3 for Lemons. Carl, P1 in G2 at the moment, unless somebody can usurp him. Who else have we got coming across the line? Partik's half a tenth up here. Can Partik get himself back in best of the rest P4 here? That would be a great result for him. He's been struggling lately. He can. It's best of the rest for Partik. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Maxi loses it, unfortunately, as soon as I go on board with him. Port continuing to struggle this season. It's not his game. By the way, guys, we have a penalty for Spain. Penalty for Spain. Or Yarzabal is taking it. Pork improves to P8. So, pole for LRS Carl and Pirate Danny. Well done, guys. Top 5 G1. Carl and Merciless front row for G2. And Oyarzabal scores. It is 1-0 to Spain. 1-0 to Spain. Cool. So, Danny takes P1, Imri P2, Lemons P3, then a giant gulf to the best of the rest, which is Partick in P4, Jack P5, proving himself he is a G1 driver these days. Carl and Merciless line up as the front row for G2, Maxi P3 for G2, Coix P4, Bailey P5, Obov P6, HL P7, Pidge P8. Pidge, I expected a bit more there. Cookie Verklempt and Mooney struggling a bit there. Heard the neighbours go, "Wow, they're Spanish." Nice. It was a good pen, to be fair. Good pen to the right-hand side netting from Oyarzabal. That makes it interesting. I think most people expected France to walk this today. Now they've got to pull something out. So, tyre strategy is interesting here. As I say, I think it's going to be a mandatory 2-stop, more or less. So it's a matter of where do you use the tyres, and the Clem Ferrari merchant says N-Transic. Hi, Transic. Good to see you. How did you... You're not racing, right? I thought you were going to race. Finally get your opportunity in G2, mate, and you don't race. What happened? You probably did put in your reason, I just haven't seen it. Who's struggling in Champ? So we've got Psycho and Rage the Mercedes on the back row, basically. Prof only in the midfield, that's surprising. Where's Looney Man? Did Looney Man not race? That's unusual. I'm just glad I'm not last. Yeah, that's the aim for now, Cookie, right? Dictator Killian won't let this unanswered, says Zoltan. I destroyed my braking foot playing football. Oh, damn. Okay, hope you get well soon. It's literally by hundredths, but yeah. Well, yeah, it is, but this track's very close, mate. I think most of the gaps are that close, apart from the top 3 that are crazy fast. Any luck on your game yet, Notorious? How are you getting on with it? You figured it out yet? We're in a hydration break now, by the way. I'll be back for China. Okay, so Champs watch Lemons do a 1-stop here, says Jack. I mean, I reckon I could probably do a 1-stop here, but it would be... It's fucked. I've reset everything. It still says I'm not signed in. Then have you re-downloaded the game? No, he hasn't. Zoltan, no, I think he has. He said. Zoltan. Right, let's have a look at the tyres, guys. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Mediums top 8, P9 on hards. Pigeon feels he's out of position probably. At P14 he's gone for hards. Cooking for Clemt on the hards as well. So maybe it's worth watching off the start somebody in the midfield behind Maxi like Coix. What telemetry do we want up, guys? Let's have a look. We want the telemetry up because... Oh, it doesn't show the battery anymore. That's so stupid. Oh no, it does. It does. I'm being blind. Ignore me. So we don't care about the lap delta really, we don't care about track map too much. Yeah, re-download the game, Notorious, if you haven't already. That'll help. Well, Matix is round. In Champs. Right, that's what we want. And we want interval. Cool. I'll keep it up like this. Yeah, re-download the game, Notorious. It's probably fucked. I assume you've done the game files. I'll send you what GPT told me to do when I was putting it in there earlier. See if that helps. Yeah, follow that, hopefully it helps. Right, lights are going on. It's a bit laggy on my screen for some reason. But 5 lights. And we're away. Not a great start from Coex. We're going to go forward a little bit here, actually. So, Pork looking clean off the line. Oh, somebody's gone a bit wide there. That's Partick. Partick and Jack side by side here. As, oh, who went down the inside there? That was Pork. Big contact from Pork there, as Merciless has lost out quite significantly from that. He has dropped right down the order, as Luschek's looking to go too wide into the turn 9. I don't think this is very clever, mate. He's thought better of it and backed out. Who's too wide here? Maxi and HL through the middle sector. Craziness. Some people looking for some early dives into turn 9. Imri has now taken the lead from Pirate Danny early on, as Maxi looks to be struggling a little bit on these hard tyres, as Obolf wants to take advantage of that, but just doesn't have the battery advantage right now to do so. Let's have a look. Obolf all over the back of Maxi right now. Is Danny going to be looking to make a move early here, as Imri nearly hits the wall, and Danny does hit the wall. Has Danny got any sort of damage there? Oh, looks okay. A lot of people understeering through turn 1 there. That was, sorry, through the final corner. That was very interesting. Obolf and Benzilla here going too wide. Let's get on board with Merciless to watch this. Are they going to back out? A lot of incidents in Netherlands happen because people go too wide into turn 2. And oh, it's a massive collision! Maxi loses it and Merciless is swept up because he didn't ghost. Merciless having a horrible start to this Grand Prix. Surely that's severe wing damage, and surely that is him in big trouble unless there's a safety car. The pack has already broken off from Partick, who is struggling to stay in the overtake of the top 4, and Benzilla also breaking overtake to HL. Very important to stay in overtake, as we know. Particularly even more on this game than last. Benzilla struggling to keep up with HL. And are we going to see our first breaks here? We are. I don't believe Benzilla's got overtake there. Let's have a look. No, he did. Oh no, he's lost it. Yep, he's lost it. So Benzilla now potentially primed for the pick-in from Obolf, who looks speedy. And yeah, Benzilla's got almost no answer, no battery. And Verklempt has left the session. Let me just see if I can get him back in, guys. Invite sent. So Merciless in the box, as you'd sort of expect, but staying in, hoping for a safety car. Still could be one here, as Danny is apparently basically too wide with Imri here. There's a lot of fighting going on between these front 3. Jack is just hanging on, but Imri now without overtake and Danny with it. It looks like Danny is the faster car right now, but Imri managing to defend and keep him behind. Danny looking for a dive down into 11, thinks better of it. Just managing his battery here nicely. But as you can see, Danny and Lemons are able to regen a lot more than Imri here. And is Imri going to have the battery to defend into turn 1? As he's burning, but he's running out much faster than Danny. He goes for a very aggressive defensive move there and pushes Danny on the grass. Danny will probably not be very happy about that at all. And Lemons is basically just waiting for an opportunity here. But yeah, it looks like Danny is... Oh, a bit of contact there. I think Imri's a little bit slower and it's catching Lemons off guard. Just a small bit of contact there. I don't think he'll have got any damage. But Jack sitting very pretty here, behind the front 3. I'm sure he's happy with where he is right now. Obolf looking quick in the midfield though. He's made a couple of positions up to start. How many positions has he made? So Obolf is only up 1. HL and Bailey and Benzilla up 4. Okay. Okay. HL known more for his race pace than his quali. How much has Imri managed to recharge here? That is the question. Can he defend again without murdering Danny? Let's see. Lemon's in the best battery situation of the three of them, but being the third car in a train just means that he's kind of waiting for an opportunity here. Doesn't look to be a crazy amount of moves going on. The train is just training right now. We'll have a look at the footballing champs. Ah, the Grim Sleeper is spam, not a surprise. Spain are playing France off the pitch now, for some reason. These three are so close to each other. But I think because this track's is in a similar situation to last game, that it's just one real straight to overtake on, that it makes it difficult. As Danny's gone a bit too deep into that corner where Imri was recharging, and he's rear-ended him, which has allowed Jack to get past here. But Danny's trying to take the position back here. He's done so cleanly on the outside, but Jack looks to be in a better battery situation. Can Jack take advantage and dethrone Danny from P3 here? No, he thinks better of it. Jack's happy to sit where he is. Lemon's in a much better situation than Imri, but Imri defending, let's call it quite tactically here. Rear wing damage as well, says Muzzer. That's going to be tough to drive, brother. That's definitely a report, obviously, but it's going to be tough to drive. As it looks like Lucek has lost out a couple of positions here. Don't know what happened to Verklempt for him to lose so much time. I know he disconnected for a second, but it seems an unusual amount of time to lose. Pigeon not really making the impact I'd expect him to here. Dropped out of overtake and struggling a little bit on these hard tyres, it looks like. Who else is on the hard tyres? Yeah, everyone on the hard tyres has dropped back massively. There must be a huge delta between the two tyres. Which means that maybe Pigeon, as we get past the lap 10 mark, is going to get a lot quicker. Yeah, that's true, Zoltan. Yeah, I don't think anyone has. Right, let's see if Lemons can finally make a move on Imri, who has absolutely no battery. Can he make a dive down the inside? As we've got a yellow flag. Is that for Muzzer with his rear wing damage? Yes, it is. Imri manages to defend. Has Danny got damage from that earlier contact? No, doesn't he? As Maxi's got past Pigeon now. These hard tyres need to come alive soon, or these guys on the mediums are in real trouble. We've had... Real Damon Hill is striding away in champs. 2.8 seconds clear. He's got a lot quicker on this game for sure. Is Lemons lining up a move into 11 here? Oh, this could be a bit dicey. Let's watch it from Danny's POV. He's got it done cleanly. He's got it done cleanly. He's decided, you know what, the start-finish straight overtakes are looking difficult. I'm going to line this up early here. But you get the overtake, you see, on the start-finish straight. So can Lemons defend where he needs to and lead another lap? Let's watch from behind him. He looks to have it covered off for now. He looks to have it covered off as Imri goes deep, trying to get close to the rear of Lemons there. As there's some moves going on, Bailey has got past Partick into P2 G2 right now. Carl looking pretty in P1 still. Very happy with his performance so far. He's dropped off the front guys, but something to be expected. They're very quick. He'll be happy where he is. Coex goes for a big send down the inside. Gets it done relatively cleanly on Partick. He now takes P8 and P3 in G2. Carl's desperately trying to get back into that overtake, but I think he's just going to be short of it this work time round. He looks quick today, does Carl? He looks quick. Honestly, guys, Spain are all over France. Oh, we've got two early pitters. Imri, Jack and Partick. Ah, this will be interesting. So, Lemons and Danny really need to put the hammer down here, or they're going to get undercut. We are going to see the different strategies here. Oh, we've got yellow flag as Merciless is round again with that rear wing damage. He's really struggling today. The slipstream is still terrible. Didn't realise it was that bad. I don't think it is. I think it's decent now. I think the difference is that. Oh God, that's awful to drive, was it? I think the difference is that when they've both got so much battery, it kind of levels out and it doesn't make as much of a difference. When we drive in the wet, you'll see how important slipstream is. It is still big on this game compared to last. So Imri undercut and has luckily come out in some fresh air and he's pushing very hard here. Is Lemons going to come in? Is Danny going to come in? Or are they going to continue on and go for a different strategy here? Lemons drops into the box late. Is he going to get it slowed down in time? He doesn't. It's a 10-second penalty. Lemons is going to be absolutely seething with that. He is in trouble. Now, Danny has decided not to cover off. Imri has decided to go long. Imri's in clean air right now, so Imri is probably benefiting from the undercut quite a lot. So, does Lemons serve his 10 now, or does he serve it? No, he serves it later. So he's lost around half a second on the undercut there. Maybe just more than that. But Danny now streaking away. Quite a lot of different strategies going on here. And because the pack was so close, there's not a lot of traffic. So Imri is coming up on the back of his teammate here. But you didn't expect him to let him pass pretty quickly. Oh, Lemons. Keep the wet off, please, thanks, will you? So, yeah, Verklempt has let him past. I don't think he'll be quite as kind to Lemons. Now Imri has clean air. Danny has gone in the box. So he's gone for the 2-lap overcut here. I think he's going to come out behind Jack and ahead of Carl. Let's see if that's correct. So as you can see, that's that dude Jack going past there. And yeah, as expected, he's in a little bit of clean air. Ahead of Carl comfortably. And he's got to catch up this pack. Lemon's trying desperately to get past the very slow Verklempt on 10 lap old hard. I'm calling there might be an incident here. This is very, very interesting place to go for the move. He's hung it round the outside and brilliantly executed. A risky move by Lemons. But he's executed it to perfection. He's got himself back close to Imri again. That dude Jack now looking for the move on Verklempt wherever he can. Verklempt's on the old hard tyres. You can just see the grip difference is immediately obvious. He's going for a late lunge potentially into 11. No, he's just trying to offset Verklempt. And Danny already. Oh, Maxi with a big crash out of turn 12. He's completely lost it. And he's struggling to get going again, it looks like. He's completely lost his wing. He's doing the right thing, letting people past. And he's going to get going again very slowly. He's going to be in the box for a new wing, I would imagine. Hopefully not a retirement. As Danny gets past Verklempt. Carl now looking to... Sorry, Verklempt losing positions left, right and centre. But he is on the alternate strategy. And these guys are not his race, really. So the question is now, can Danny get past Jack? because Danny needs to get past Jack really to be back within a chance. Interestingly, Danny has gone for the medium hard as opposed to the medium hard medium or medium hard hard, which means that Danny should have pace here, but he can't really use it. Interesting. Now, we've got Imri, the leader, catching up to 2 cars of traffic here. How patient is he going to be? How is he going to manoeuvre past these in an intelligent manner to not ruin his own race? We've not seen Imri's racecraft in a little while, so let's see how does he handle this. Cookie just gets out of the way for him nicely, but he's also got to take into account that Lemons is looking to attack here, and he's now got a car in front of him on very old medium tyres. How is he gonna attack this? Imri's going to be very keen to get past this, but he's got to do it intelligently. In Netherlands, it's got to be a clever overtake, because otherwise you're going to end up in the wall. As Danny does manage to get past Jack, and I'd imagine Jack is happy to just take the overtake mode here. Oh no! Is someone lagging? Isn't it? Luschek looks to be lagging a lot. As Muzzer is round again on that rear wing damage. Lemon's now all over the back of Imri. Luschek is lagging. I'd imagine there's going to be some internet reports on him after this one. So Danny now, desperate to get past, Kovik's now boxes, desperate to get past the hard runners. And we've got Luschek now in front of him on 12, 13 lap old mediums, lagging all over the place on my screen. And Danny makes easy work of that. That dude Jack now looking to get past Luschek as well. As Merciless has now retired in the pits. He's given it a good effort, absolutely no problem with that. I believe he's done everything he can to try and finish the race. But rear wing damage here is an absolute death sentence. So fair play to him. Unlucky on that one. You win some, you lose some, mate. And that one truly sucked. But I'm sure you'll be back next week. Get those reports in for the things that happened to you early. Definitely looked reportable in my eyes. And yeah, we'll see how those things progress. So can that dude Jack hang on to Danny with raw pace? I don't know if he can. Danny's on fresh mediums. It looks very racy. Danny needs to get back in this. Is Benzilla going to do him a favour here and hold up these two? Can Benzilla do anything to defend against these two? Imri doesn't have much battery. Imri does not have much battery at all, and Lemon sees that. He has exhausted all of Imri's battery and he's got the move done. Danny is desperate to close in as Luschek gets speeding in the pit lane. 10 seconds, that is unfortunate. Not a great day for the Williams boys so far. So now, Imri is playing the chaser as opposed to the chased. We need to keep an eye on that gap to Danny. He doesn't have overtake mode, but he needs to catch up to these two. He knows he does, and he looks to be closing the gap now pretty quickly. Meanwhile, on board with our G2 leader, LRS Carl, who's running a good race at the moment. He's been mistake-free and has looked comfortable from the get-go. He's coming up behind Cookie now, who is on the old hard tyres, and I'd imagine Carl's going to be able to get past him reasonably quickly. Lemons looks to have the raw pace on Imri at the moment, as Imri's dropping back a little bit. Oh no, there was a bit of a mistake there for Lemons. So that gap's closed back up. They've both got 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Danny will be happy to hear that, I'd imagine. Carl gets past Cookie. Cookie lets him go. He knows right now that's not his race. He's not too concerned. As Partick gets past HL on the straight. Any other moves going on anywhere? It seems to have quieted down a bit now. Danny is very close to that overtake. That's what he needs. He needs Lemons to regen some battery this lap, and he needs to get on the back of it. Where is the overtake marker here? I don't actually know. Oh, there it is. There it is. He needs to be within the second going into the final straight. Danny will be over the moon with that. He's in it. He's in it. Danny's back in the fight. Danny is back in the fight. I think these two are probably going to even each other out on the straight again. And not much happening. As we've lost another driver, and as a safety car in champs, Jumbo John has binned it. Carl now kind of in no man's land. Cookie again has some traffic behind him. Is Cookie going for a one-stop here? Or is he just taking... Yeah, surely he's going for a one-stop. It's probably not quicker, but, you know, teach him some tyre management. You know, he's all about getting the experience of the moment. Doesn't look to be driving terribly on these tyres either, to be fair to him. It's coming, Cookie, it's coming. Coex looking very racing behind HL on the fresher hard tyres. Went very long on his first stint. Is he going to get moved on here into turn 11? HL looks to defend, but not a lot he can do against the fresher rubber there. Coex makes a position at 2P11. Now we'll be looking to chase down Partick. As Port gets past Cookie, as does Bailey. And now Carl is the one in front on old mediums, which are looking a bit worse for wear now. Port looks quicker at this stage of the race. Okay, sorry guys, I was just reading a couple of messages. So, the battle continues for the top three. It looks like a bit of a stalemate at the moment, but I'd imagine they're all just playing battery games and trying to make something happen. If you're wondering about the football guys, it's still 1-0 to Spain. It's about to be half time, and it's all kicking off. they're all crying at each other about some free kick or something. Also, who called me a Ferrari merchant I want afterwards? That would be was it Transit? Is it? Yeah, it was Transit. So, where are the moves happening? Carl is hanging on in there in 9-lap-old mediums. Mediums look to just fall off a cliff very quickly on this track. Hawk and Bailey both look quicker behind him. And even Cookie's hanging on with his ancient tyres. You can see the graining. Oh no, Cookie, I've commentators cursed you. I said you were hanging on. No. Is that going to be a safety car or anything? Or is it... Maxi's lost it at the same time. As Cookie loses all sorts of positions. That's got to be mediums to the end now, Cookie, I'd imagine. As Carl boxes, which releases Bailey into the G2 lead at the moment. Where is Carl going to come out? As Lemons is now continued in the lead. You'd expect Danny to be coming in soon off those mediums. The mediums not looking too pretty for Obolf and Danny right now. Carl in some free air. Let's see if he can make some progress. You can see the graining on Danny's front left tyre there. The mediums are just an absolute shod after 8 laps, give or take here. But he still looks to be keeping up pretty well. Maxi's got another 10 seconds in the pit lane, and that is a retirement. Maxi not a happy chappy today. Imrie boxes very late, so does Danny. They're both going for the undercut on Lemons here. Where are they going to come out? I'd be surprised if it's not near someone. Are they going to be near the Ferrari and Audis? So, oh, that is not good for Danny and Imrie. Imrie and Danny have slotted in behind a huge train of cars, and Imrie goes aggressive from the off, desperate to get past these G2 drivers that are in his way. Can Imrie clear all this traffic cleanly and maintain his advantage? Pigeon now, DNFs. Retires in the pit lane. Yeah, unlucky Cookie. You were driving well until then, mate. So Imrie got a lot of traffic to pass, otherwise this undercut on Lemons is not going to work at all. And he goes for a move down the inside of Benzilla, who closes the door a little bit. Benzilla's still got his own race to run, and he will not appreciate being tapped through turn 10 there. Imrie now with a couple more cars to clear. Is Lemons going to react in box? No, he hasn't boxed. And Lemons has carried on. He knows he's got that 10-second penalty to serve the next time he goes in, so maybe waiting for a safety car here. Bailey has boxed. So, Carl should have the undercut on him, but let's see how this goes. Can Imrie clear Mooney quickly? Mooney's backed off, he doesn't want that smoke. And now Danny has got a queue of cars in front of him, and Imrie has passed traffic paradise. And Danny looks like he's submitting this race to Imrie unless he can get past this traffic quickly. He's desperate to get past. You can see pushing cars through turn 8. Unfortunately for him, Mooney has gone off track. That is one of the traffic cars out the way. He now just needs to pass one more. Benzilla has let him through. He realises that's not his race. He can use the overtake mode if he can stay with him, and that'll benefit his race. Now, can Danny get back within that overtake? He probably can, because Imrie has even more traffic coming up. Coix and Partick, and I don't think Coix is going to be boxing anytime soon. Imrie's definitely not going to clear him on this straight, which means he's going to be slowed down again, and it's going to play into his hands. What happened, Pigeon? Tell us what happened. Coix and Partick are fighting. Tell us what happened. Give us the exclusive. Mooney now in the box for his final time this race. Imrie now stuck behind Partick and Coix. Again, he's just like, oh, I've just cleared traffic, do I have to do it again? He's going for a bit of a risque move here, and he's got it done into turn 7. Danny keeps catching back up with Imrie, and then traffic keeps getting in the way. He's like, God's sake, could I not just have a straight race? Netherlands Traffic Paradise says no. Grim Sleeper has retired in the pits in Champs. A lot of retirements today. People struggling with the track. Imrie now clears Coix quickly, which means that Danny now has 2 cars between him and Imrie again. Nothing is falling nicely for him as Lemons boxes. Right, reminder, he has a 10-second penalty to serve. So if he roughly is going to be out 10 seconds behind Imrie and Danny, he's going to come out near Obolf, I think. Or maybe a little bit just forward of that. Let's stay on board with him for a second and see where he comes out. It's not going to be easy for Lemons to make these places up. And he has come out in front of Obolf. He is now P10. Well, there are cars in front of him to box, so he is going to have clean air, but he's got a lot of work to do to get himself back into a good position today. Danny needs to get past Coix here, and he needs to do it quickly, because he has a race ahead of him to do. I've noticed Jack is on the hard still. Is that dude Jack going for a very late strategy here? Partick and Jack both on 15 lap old hards. So they've both done medium hard. Are they doing medium hard and medium? And they're going... Okay, let's see what tyres Jack puts on here. Because Jack has gone for a bit of a different strategy to the other top guys. He was running net P3. He's definitely not going to be P3 now on track. But the others have still got to box. So is he ahead of Carl? That's the important question. You can see Carl here, and you can see Jack on the right hand side. What a shot this is. And this is for position. Jack's backed off. He doesn't realise that's for position. LRS Carl is now sitting on the podium. LRS Carl is sitting on the podium. Jack's now realised it's for position. He's realised a little bit too late. He probably thought that he was a back marker. And he gets the move done on the fresh tyres. But I don't think this is over by any means. Danny now back in the overtake comfortably of Imrie. Jack looked to be struggling a little bit on these fresh tyres. Warm up a problem. So people I expect still to box. We've still got Coix, Partick, Benzilla and Lutschek to box. Right, so they're going to come out quite far back when they box. So I think Jack, Carl, Bailey, Lemons is the net position, which means that Jack is P3, Carl is P4, Bailey's P5 and Lemons is P6. Lemons can easily get himself back on the podium here and not lose too much. He just needs 3 overtakes, which I think he can get done. Partick now boxes for the final time. And crucially for his fight versus Carl, Jack has got past Lutschek on the old tyres very quickly. He is gone, and Jack is looking like a Masters podium today. He needs to get up the road before Lemons makes those overtakes. He needs to build a gap so that when Lemons gets past these cars, not if, when he gets past these cars, he has a lot of work to do, and that is going to be the battle that we'll watch towards the end of this race, I would imagine. Lemons' race is in front of him, right? He's got 2 cars, Bailey and Carl in front of him, the Ferrari and the Haas, who are both in traffic behind car on old tyres, Lutschek. I would expect Lutschek to be pitting very soon. Very, very soon. If not this lap. If Lutschek moves this lap, then it's a straight fight. He doesn't. Okay, so he's going to hold them up a bit on the old hards. And here comes Lemons. He's not wasting any time on Bailey. I don't think Bailey realises this is for position now. Lemons had a 10-second penalty, and the Group 2 driver's just getting out of the way of Lemons, thinking, oh, maybe he's not my race today. But he is. But look at the grip difference out of turn 3. Carl trying to fight this a little bit. Is it worth his race though? He needs to make that decision. He needs to make that decision. That is he fighting him? And yes, he is. And it's stout defence from him so far. But Lemons goes down the inside into 9. Knows it's critical to his race to get past Carl quickly. A little bash there on the exit of 9 into 10. And this fight's going to continue on into turn 11. Lemons looking to be the last of the late breakers here. He brakes way later than Carl, gets the car stopped, gets the overtake done. What a late braking manoeuvre that is, and critical to Lemons' race. Lutschek again does not box. Lemons is going to have to pass him on track. Lemons' race is that car in turn 1. You can see just up the road, that is that dude Jack. And that is the podium position. I think after getting a 10-second penalty, Lemons would be over the moon with that today. But, wait! Bailey has just overtaken Carl, and that is for G2P1. Bailey is now in the lead of Group 2, on track. Very important move, but then, here comes Pork and Carl tangling again. Oh, very interesting place to try and go too wide there. Pork, I think, was right to back out before he was dead. Too wide through turn 8 is very risky. Pork on the fresher tyres here, but you've got to be intelligent about where you overtake, and too wide into turn 8 is not the one. Pork now probably going to get this move done on Carl into 12. Again, brakes a bit later. Carl maybe needs to make a little bit of work on his late braking, as that has lost him a few positions. Koi is Group 2. Correct, Muzzer, he is. Koi is Group 2, however, he is on very old tyres, and I don't think he's going to make it to the end. I could be wrong, but we'll see, we'll see. Has he one-stopped? No. He's been on these a very long time. Luchek and Lemons. Lemons gets the move done. Lemons now has a gap of 4 seconds to that dude Jack. There is one car in the way, but let's see how this unravels. That dude Jack now trying to get past Coix, who's on very, very old hards. Yeah, he's gone past him like he's sat still. Coix really struggling on these tyres. I'll be surprised if he gets to the end, and I'll be surprised if he gets to the end quickly. There is no way he keeps Benzilla behind, surely. He keeps Bailey and Code behind. The race at the end in the last few laps is going to be very interesting. Benzilla and Coix on very, very, very old hards versus Bailey on the fresher rubber. If Bailey can stay and get dragged along by Lemons, he's going to be in with a good shout here. It's looking like a very good result for Ferrari in general in Group 2 today. If Benzilla and Coix can get to the end. I've not kept much of an eye on the P1, P2 battle at the minute. Not much is happening. They seem to be maintaining position, but we'll have a look at that on the last lap or two. Danny right behind Imri, but cannot get that move done right now. Or is he just happy to sit behind for the time being? I don't know, but it's a fight between those two for sure. Coix desperately trying to hang on to that overtake mode without dude Jack, but I think he's going to struggle. Bailey is hanging on to Lemons here. Can Lemons clear the two Group 2 drivers on very old tyres? An 11-lap tyre deficit, sorry, a 10-lap tyre deficit to Coix, and a 10-lap tyre advantage. So 9 laps on Benzilla, 10 on Coix. It's going to be a big advantage for Lemons. He also obviously has the significant pace advantage here, and yeah, we're going to have to see if he can get these moves done quickly and competently. They are going to be very slow now. Carl goes for a move on Luchek, but has completely missed the apex there. They're now too wide, and Luchek backs out of it. Carl's race has sort of fallen apart in this final stint. He looked like he was on for the win at one point, but Lemon's now getting past Benzilla on the old tyres. And what's most important for G2, Bailey. Bailey is now right behind Benzilla, who is on ancient tyres, and he's his teammate. Are we going to see a bit of Ferrari battling going on here? Lemons can now almost see. You can see the car that's his fight. It's that car 2 in front of him. That is that dude Jack. He just needs to clear Coix, and then he's in a straight fight for the podium. Bailey desperate to get past his teammate here. They'll be fighting. Ferrari team orders here. Alonso is faster than you. Is what we need. Let's see. Is Benzilla going to fight this? No, Benzilla's decided he can't get to the end. Ferrari's dream has been ruined on the last few laps, and if that's happening, Coix is on even older tyres. Is he going to get a puncture? If Benzilla's decided he can't make it, is Coix going to get a puncture? And can Lemons get past him cleanly here? This is the last overtake he needs before that dude Jack. Who's yellow flag? That's Cookie. No, sorry, it's not. It's Partic. Partic's lost it. Partic's still going again. Lemon's getting that final move done through the inside of 9 and through the outside of 10. Kowick's trying to hang it round, but he just doesn't have the grip. And now Lemons can see the car. Well, there's a boosted car in front of him, but ignore that. He can see the car in front of him. He's got 4 laps to catch that dude Jack. And that dude Jack is going to be pushing like hell to try and keep that podium. 2.6 seconds the gap. And Bailey can also drop with all of the fans. Oh, I've just disconnected. Have I? Great. Just as it was getting good. I can't press anything. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, it was really towing up for a really nice end, and it's like ended my race. That's so weird. Oh, EA Sports. I need a PS invite ideally, guys. Cookie, I need a PS invite, a PlayStation invite ideally. I don't think it'll work. Yeah, Cookie, you can stop spamming me with EA ones. I don't think this will work, but we'll see. Get me back in! Let me in! I'm loading. Let's see. Please, let me in before the final lap. Yeah, thanks, Pidge. I'm in now. I think. Hopefully. Didn't want the commentator's curse effect in the end here, something like that. It was just towing up to be really good. Come on! Let me in! In the other race, it looks like Cold Steel is going to take the win here. My God, we've had so many DNFs in champs. Jesus. Right. Okay, we're back in. We're back in. So Danny's still behind Imrie. Lemon's now down to 1.4. Bailey's got past Coex. Okay, so Bailey is now in the lead of G2 with 2 to go. Coex somehow doesn't have a puncture, but I'd imagine Carl's going to get him as well. I think the tyre delta's too big, right? I think Coex is looking at a podium at best here in G2. Lemons is catching Jack at a rate of knots here. The pace difference is significant. I think Lemons is going to get himself back on the podium, which will be a phenomenal effort if he does. He's pulled it back. So can Carl get past Coates? Let's see. Coates is going to fight this pretty hard, I'd imagine, but he's got that tyre looks like he's going to fall off at any moment. Watch Danny. Okay, Danny going for the move round the outside of 7. Nothing doing. They're both on very little battery here. Danny is pushing Imrie round the track. But he just can't get the move done at the minute. Imrie really stoutly defending here. Danny's got to decide when intelligently to defend. Sorry, when to deploy and try and get that move done. He's only got one more lap. He's probably fed up with the sight of Imrie's rear wing at this point. But how are the batteries looking? Imrie's got enough to defend. Coex is dead! I imagine he got a puncture and he's lost it. Devastating for him on what looked like a podium, which hands the podium position to Lucek in G2. Lucek will be happy with that. Unfortunate for Coex. I did think those tyres wouldn't last. So Imrie has intelligently defended the whole race. And Danny now looking for another move down the outside of 7. Imrie squeezes him wide onto the grass. That's a little bit suspect. Danny probably not happy with that one. I'd imagine. I don't know. I haven't watched much of this fight, so I don't know how clean the defending has been. But there's been some. Oh, Danny ran the outside of 12. Surely not. And Imrie cuts the track off. Not a lot he can do there. Down into. Oh, he's squeezing him again, and he squeezed him really late there. Really late, and Danny has gone off the track. I think there might be some incident reports. If the defending has been like this the whole race, there might be some incident reports. But provisionally, Emery's going to take this one. Yeah, I'd sad to see it decided in the steward's room, but I think it might be. Jack has done well to defend. I don't actually see what happened. I assume Lemon's made a mistake there. Jack's going to come home. P3. Great result from him. Podium in Masters is some effort. Lemon's P4, Port P5, and Bailey takes the G2 win with Carl P2, Luchek. What the fuck is Luchek doing? Did he run out of fuel? He must have run out of fuel. So, Luchek runs out of fuel, loses his podium to Benzilla. A great result for the Ferrari boys today. Driver of the day, for me, I think I'm going to give to that dude Jack. Stellar performance. Took the opportunities when they came, got through a lot of traffic. Didn't focus on him too much today, but great drive from him. Disappointing for him to have no teammate today, but did a great job. Lemons has rage quit the session before the end. That's unfortunate. So, yeah, good race, guys. Comms Stepney Luke wins in champs. I did what I could on comms. I'm not a proper commentator, so did what I could. Still 1-0 to Spain, 51 minutes in. Go watch the rest of the football, guys, and hope you've enjoyed today. Well, as a sort of substitute comms. Normal comms will be back next week. We just had 3 people on holiday this week, so yeah, had to do what I could. Mooney says, well chuffed with that in P9. Yeah, decent result, mate, considering you've really struggled recently. Yeah, let's... yeah, I'm going to head off. Right, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace!